Hello everyone, this is NitrousCorolla coming at you again we're in the Nitrous Fed Corolla today. Let's see here. This month they did some reworks on Scarecrow and Penguin. This week in the heroic character, or the alliance character, is Scarecrow, but unfortunately I only have him to a 3-star. Not legendary 3, just 3 stars. So I can't give you too much advice about him. But from what it looks like, I mean, his Spine Tingler does light damage, and it can apply up to 3 hit chance downs. With the legendary, I'm going to apply 2 more additional hit chance downs. So for me, that's probably going to be one of the first ones I go with, because I like the very first ability, and that's a pretty good legendary upgrade. Is 2 more hit chance down, so you can get up to 5, which is almost as good as Batman Beyond. So him paired with Batman Beyond would be a very good team if you just want a bunch of misses around. Let's see here. Fear Gas. It looks like it's going to do 3 to 4 hit chance downs with a possible 30% turn meter up. Its legendary upgrade is, if invisible, apply 1 agility down for 1 hit chance down, for each hit chance down. That one's going to be one of my last ones, because that just, nothing about that seems very exciting. It's Living Nightmare. Damage to an enemy, and it can do 5 plus 10% damage per debuff on target with a max of 10. So obviously, a total of an extra 100%. 7% chance per debuff on target to apply stun. That is another good one. Depending on what characters you have and what you're kind of wanting to go for, if you have a bunch of good stunning characters, or like if you've really got Hawk Girl upgraded and you know stuns are the way to go, or Killer Frost, where all these characters, if they if an enemy is stunned, it procs something, I would definitely go with this one as one of your first ones. It's a good one. For me personally, I might still take the Spine Tingler over Living Nightmare, but that's just, I'm more worried about getting the hit chance downs, not the stun. They're both really good. You could take them in either order. Let's see, I'm not going to be able to tell you legendaries on Scare Tactics or Dare to Rights, because clearly I don't have it unlocked yet, as you can see right there. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm free to play here, people. I don't spend money, clearly, as you can see. But Scare Tactics is start the battle with invisibility, and a 20% chance, looks like it'll go all the way up to 40% chance to gain invisibility, and 10% turn meter up at the start of each enemy's turn. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you got like a 40% chance. It's close enough to 50-50. 4 players go before you, so you gotta, maybe you might be able to get 20% turn meter extra every turn, roughly. Don't know what the legendary is. I could look it up real quick. If enemies miss an attack, it's a passive. There's a 50% chance to use Living Nightmare. Now, because that is his passive, that definitely makes the legendary upgrade on Living Nightmare that much better. So 3 and 1 is still close. Let me go and see if I can find what his legendaries are real quick. Let's see. It's Penguins, Living Nightmare. Alright, the Scare Tactics. Equal chance to apply 3 hit chance downs to enemy at the start of each enemy's turn. So you can get 20 up to 40% chance to put 3 hit chance downs on an enemy before their turn. So that's very similar to another Batman Beyond passive ability. Apply 2 speed downs to target if Dread to Rights is triggered. I mean, Speed downs is nice. Wow. 1, 3, and 4. The Spine Tingler, Living Nightmare, and Scare Tactics are all pretty good. 1 and 3 I'm having a hard time with. I don't know if I would take 1 over 3 or 3 over 1, because I can see, like I said, it depends on what type of teams you have. If you've got a really good Batman Beyond or something, I would almost, or you got a good, Batgirl, or a team that really kind of has a good synergies around hit chance downs, I would go with the Spine Tingler. If you run a lot of characters that use a lot of debuffs like bleeds or really anything, I would probably go with the Living Nightmare. Just you get that extra chance to stun. But those two are really close depending on what you want to run. And then the third upgrade, I would definitely do Scare Tactics next, just because that extra chance to get more hit chance downs is always nice. Then I would say Dread to Rights, and then Fear Gas is last for his abilities, because those two, L3 would be a very good place to have him. After that, it's, But also, so really any characters with him where they're going to miss, it's going to be good for you. The other character is, Penguin, the Gentleman of Crime. I looked at his rework, and they didn't change too much. I believe I looked, and it was like a little bit here and there, like there might have been very small percentage points, like 2% or something like that difference, in like shield between now and what it was. I believe that this might be, like I said, a very small percentage difference. Legendary, and I believe the legendaries were basically the same. The biggest thing was the legendary for his Henchy's Revenge. That was the biggest change. But let's do his Napalm Umbrella. It does damage down and apply 5 critical damage downs to target. Well, actually, it can do 7 crit damage downs. And his legendary is always Steel, 2 buffs. So always is always good to have. So even if it misses, it should still get the buffs. And I like using that move when I'm going against Deathstroke, when he starts stacking, or when he doesn't even start stacking his awarenesses on him, or anybody who has awareness. I love taking them, and then now I have awareness, or people that have mins. Like, I like facing him against people like Mira and Star Sapphire, because they'll sit there and get mins and stuff, and I'm sorry, I'll take a couple mins. Those few little mins and awareness just makes Penguin a little bit stronger and a little bit more resilient and longer lasting and more self-sustaining. Now, he doesn't do a lot of damage. He can, I think I went on one time for like 30 minutes in a battle between, I had my Penguin left and someone else's Penguin in a PvP match, and I'm not joking, it took 30 minutes for one of us to win. I finally eked out the win, and I think I had just a little sliver of life left. And we just kept going back and forth. He can be a tough one to take down sometimes if the RNG is going your way. His second ability is the Umbrella Shield. Obviously, you get some shield to yourself and your allies. Looks like, so he has 16 to himself, so 20% to himself and 15% to his allies. Like I said, I think this changed just like a couple, like 1 or 2%. It was very small, minute amount. And, he can gain 1 awareness, which is just, 1 extra hit that he can take that doesn't do any damage, which is always nice. His legendary upgrade for this is gain 3 infinity resistance up to the team. Me personally, obviously you can see I've got him at L4. I didn't take that upgrade yet. I think that should be last, personally, because right now with, Wonder Girl out there, that's the last thing you want is buffs on your team, especially buffs that they're not like a strength up or an intelligence up or something like that. It's just an affinity resistance up. So I mean, I would take that one last. Third ability, Hinchy attack. Damage all enemies. If Penguin has awareness, and that's why I like facing him against, Deathstroke, because I like to steal his awareness away from him. If he has awareness, you get 3, it looks like 5 crit damage downs to all enemies. And you can apply, in the legendary for this, is apply 20% turn meter down. I like the turn meter down. I went with that because that's a good one to have. I said I like first legendary. I like the legendaries on first abilities if they're good. This one was a good one. Hinchy attack also has a good legendary upgrade. Is 20% turn meter down to their entire team. So if you like to run, control type teams, like with reverse flash or people like that where they just love to take turn meter from people, or you just you need your character to get that little bit of extra, like if you're running Solomon Grundy or something, you know how slow he can be, but he's powerful. Well, attacks like Hinchy attack, where you're getting rid of their turn meter, allows them to get just a little bit more advantage. Alrighty, getting to what makes Penguin so good now is his Roost. It's a passive, and it does a 25% chance. I believe this one was, again, changed by just a couple of percentage points. It wasn't a lot. It went up, though. Both of these went up. So it's going to make it where it procs at a very small amount. Like I said, just a couple of percentage higher. So a couple times out of 100 matches, it's going to proc more than what it would have. But it's to use his Umbrella Shield if he takes damage. And like I said, because that does proc sometimes, decent amount sometimes. Umbrella Shield, the legendary on it, that's why that would be bad, because if it procs, say, 2 or 3 times, well, now your whole team has, 6 or 9 extra buffs, and Wonder Girl's going to come in and have some fun. And nobody likes her. But legendary for this is 100% chance to trigger if hit by a critical hit. So if he does get hit by a critical, well, it's going to automatically do the Umbrella Shield. That's obviously another good one to have. Hinchy's Revenge. This is where really the difference was made. The first time he takes lethal damage, use Hinchy attack. I don't know why they say that. I don't know why they just say, hey, because there's a couple characters like, oh, when they have, they take lethal damage, they do this. Why not just say, hey man, when Penguin dies, he's going to use Hinchy attack right before he dies. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Not if he takes lethal damage. I mean, you got to think honestly. That the second ability from Kimmo technically is lethal damage because it's a permanent bleed. If you can't remove any debuffs, that's a lethal damage. If he never touches you the entire match, it'll eventually kill you. So that's why I don't like the way they use lethal damage. But the legendary upgrade is where the change is. And that is a 50% chance to taunt at the beginning of each enemy turn if Penguin is shielded until the end of that turn. Basically, when an enemy turn begins, if he has a shield, 50% chance he's going to taunt. And I'm just saying, between Roost and using his Umbrella Shield, he's going to have a shield most of the time. Unless world's just getting rocked. He's going to have shield. So that's a good legendary to have. And also because it almost makes him kind of a tank type character where he just draws attention, attention away from everybody. He can fit good just about on any team, honestly, because he's going to help, he's going to give people shield. So obviously if you have characters that rely on shield, he's going to be better for him. For instance, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, if you have him, you're giving him shield. So, like for instance, his first ability on legendary, he can call assist if he's shielded. So he's a good one to have with him. Like Jessica Cruz. I mean, really any character that can get additional damage or can proc certain passive abilities, because they're shielded, clearly he would be a good fit with them. Besides that, he fits well just about on any team. He's just a good all-around. He's a good all-around character. You know, he can fit here, fit there. It's no problem. But his legendary order, clearly I would take Umbrella Shield last, so that's 5. Then I would say, for me personally, Henchy Attack would be number 4, the turn meter down, because I usually don't do much turn meter manipulation with my teams. But if you have a lot of your stronger characters are turn meter manipulation, then obviously that would go higher on your list. So it comes down to one of these. I mean, if you already have a bunch of tanks or you need one, I would. Henchy's Revenge is just because. Gosh, this is so hard. It just so depends on what you want. I like to steal buffs from targets, because really, for instance, this Napalm Umbrella, going against, I'm just saying Deathstroke because he's an easy one. If, say he has, it basically takes 3 awareness away, because it hits him, takes 1 awareness away, you steal 2, takes 2 more. So really, when you use this against someone like Deathstroke, it takes away 3 awareness in 1 hit, but he gains the 2, or Men's, or, whatever you're going against. I personally like that as number 1, just personally, but it would about be better for you to do 5, then 4, then 1, then 3, then 2. Me, I went 1, then I went 4, 5, 3, 2. So I went 1. Yeah, I went 1. His Napalm Umbrella, Roost, Henchy's Revenge, Henchy Attack, and then Umbrella Shield's last. But if you're just wanting him to be all around good character, you know what, I would probably, gosh, it's so difficult, because 4 or 5 is a toss-up. If you only could pick one, I would probably say Henchy's Revenge. Maybe, like I said, so maybe 5-4 or 4-5. It's so close, because this, if it's a critical, so maybe I would say 4, then 5. Sorry, 5. So Henchy's Revenge, then Roost, then Napalm Umbrella, Henchy Attack, and Umbrella. Henchy Attack and Umbrella Shield they're always going to be 4 and 5 to pick. But for him to be, 1, 4, and 5 can be taken about anywhere you want. He's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's a tank. It depends if RNG is on your side. RNG, and that's all dependent on this right here, Roost, and Henchy's Revenge, his legendary up here. And I say that because the chance. If RNG is on your side, he can be a tank. If RNG is not on your side, Roost is pointless. Because, like I said, the RNG sometimes just purely sucks and is not on your side whatsoever. But if it's on your side, or if it's at least fair, he's, I wouldn't say a tank, but he can withstand some damage. Overall, though, I like him, and I like what they did with his upgrade. I don't even remember what his legendary used to be here for Henchy's Revenge. I think it was like an additional damage per, ally that was alive, or something like that, or dead ally. I can't remember. It sucked, to be quite honest. And especially because he's not a hard hitter at all. But besides that, that's the 2 reworks for March of 2019. You want to keep on keeping on with my peoples here. Let's see here. See, no one in my alliance is even coming close to me. Look, I don't even I mean, you see my character. My strongest character now is Killer Frost at 2,800 power, and this is a PvP day. Yeah. Let's see. I haven't played for a few hours, so I might have dropped a little bit, but last time I checked, I was in the top 500. Oh, 892, so it's fell a little bit. I like PvP day, especially like I said, my weak, so-called weak teams, but my whole core is stronger. I believe that will be it for today. Well, tell me what you think. If you've got other opinions about any of their legendary upgrades, or what order you think, let me know. Like I said, a lot of these are all dependent on what team or what characters you have. Like for instance, a couple months ago, I wasn't paying attention, and I really wished I would have took this legendary upgrade, because Ocean Master paired with who's the new Flash, the Wally West Flash. I think he's just called the Flash instead of Flash. This guy, Wally West, the Flash. Them two paired together, because with that shield and then his gift of speed, turn meter up plus speed ups. That's basically exactly what Ocean Master does with his right here. I mean, you give him shield and speed up, so you get shield, turn up, meter up, and speed ups, and purge 2 ups. I love them two together, but I didn't take that legendary upgrade, which sucks. Wish I could go back and do it. You know what? They really need to make it where you can reset a character's abilities or something, because so far he's the first one I've came across where I would pay like 500 gems or something like that so I could reset them, or even 1,000 gems, because it'd be well worth 1,000, because doing a skin change for 1,000, that's just stupid. I would never pay 1,000 gems just to change the skin of my character. That's just, I don't know, idiotic. But I would pay 1,000 to be able to redo my character's abilities, because Ocean Masters, I would definitely take his second sooner. But alright, that's it for today. NitrousCorolla here. Tell me what you think. Out.